Good morning, my dear student. Let's we continue the continuation part of the optical storage media part 4 in multimedia. CD-ROM extended architecture, the compact disk read-only memory extended architecture, which is completely based on the CD-ROM specifications, which was established by the NV Philips and the Sony Corporation and Microsoft. The motivation was to address the inadequate consideration the paid until then to concurrent output of multiple medias. The main task and main goal always it will be with the developers is that how effectively we can able to transfer different kinds of media on the same time. The various media data, the indication is that so it can be in text, it can be in audio, or it can be in video, so like that. The Red Book specifies a track of uncompressed audio data according to the L book. According to the previous section, what we've seen in the Red Book. The Yellow Book specifies tracks for computer data using by taking help of the mode 1 and mode 2 what we studied in the last slide. And tracks for compressing media by using CD-ROM mode 2 also. CD-ROM extended architecture uses CD-ROM mode 2 in order to define its own blocks and additionally define a subheader that describes in each book. So where you can able to see we have different types of form 1 and as well as form 2, how it's going to be using in the extended architecture. Differentiate blocks with the form 1 and form 2 format. So almost it's going to be similar to the CD-ROM modes. In the form 1, the extended architecture format form 1 in CD-ROM mode 2 provides improved error detection and correction like CD-ROM mode 1. 4 bytes are needed for error correction and 276 bytes for error correction. Sorry, 4 bytes is required for the error detection and 276 required for the error correction. Unlike in the CD-ROM mode 1, the 8 bytes unused in CD-ROM mode 1 are used for subheader and 8 bytes for the subheader and header 4 is for the only 4 bytes for the header, and as we know about the synchronization which is required the 12 bytes. The form 2 synchronization is 12 because every track it will be going to be identifying the beginning of the every track on the surface of the CD and required header 4 and subheader is 8 and user data is going to allocate 2324 bytes and error detection which is going to be using only 4 bytes. So we can able to going to be containing the compressed data including audio and as well as the videos. So 13% the more data bytes utilization, so where we can able to see in the extended architecture form 2. Here the overall format of how we can able to see that by taking help of the audio. So stereo, mono and level C in the stereo, level C in the mono also. This is going to be using shows that different types of coding technologies, sampling frequency, capacity and as well as the data rate. This is the calculations going to be done in the different ways to be find out how effectively we can able to create a audio by taking help of technologies, pulse code modulation, ADPCM, and also we are going to using coding technologies ADPCM, and this is the compressed ratio 1, 4:1, 8:1, 8:1, 16:1, and this is the sampling. The sampling is which is going to be converting into sampling normal audio signals into digital signals, and this is shows that capacity how many number of minutes it can able to do, and this is data rights per kilobytes per second. Overall it's going to be run the audio CDs. Some of the a little bit a drawback what we can able to see in the extended architecture. Uh, the more compatibility we can able to see in the audio and video. like in the method of compression. But here what happens, only some kind of media can able to refer what we're going to be using coding and as well as a decoding technology. So it may not going to be applying to all the comparative technologies, because sometimes so whenever if we're going to using MPEG format, motion picture expect group format, so the audio will be not going to be compatible with the video version in the extended architecture, because it may going to be require a special layout, and it's going to be using a interleaving with the choice of suitable audio level, and moreover it's very difficult to be designed or a interactive application for the user to implement extended architecture of CD-ROM by taking help of CD-ROM interactivity. Well, in the CD-ROM interactivity, the Compatix Interactive, the first, it was developed by the Philips, NV Philips, and the Sony Corporation prior to the specification of CD-ROM extended architecture. In 1986, CDI was announced. In 1988, the Green Book was defined based on the Red Book and the Yellow Book. CDI was originally designed for consumer electronics as an addition to the TV set, and the appropriate devices were available commercially in 1991. The system did not become widespread and disappeared entirely from the market by the end of 1997. So where it's going to be using a different kinds of, it's going to be supporting a different kinds of media on simultaneously, and it's going to be using a compression algorithm and as well as the decoder and the software like the operating system. The CDDI hardware is called the decoder. It consists of a main processor from the Motorola 68000 family together with special video and audio chips. It also includes a CD player with a controller and a joystick or a mouse interfaces. So and there is the same size as a video recorder. So it's intended to replace and extended CDDA devices in the consumer environment. And you can see that different the quality, low levels of it's also available in the interactive software, and as the software means is operating system, and also the hardware is nothing but it's a decoder. As a extension of operating system is 9, the real-time capabilities. Decoder, that's what we discussed about that 6800 processor, and also it's going to be using video audio chips, CD player with the CDDA components, so mouse, joysticks, CD controller, connection to the red, green, blue monitor or TV, replacement of CDDA, size of voice video recorder. The most important thing about the video is CDI video, because whenever if you want to make it available of any kind of information to someone, video is playing a very essential role, because it is going to be containing the text, audio, and video. Also, sometimes it's going to be including some kind of images in the form of motion. So ultimately, it's more interactive than any kind of multimedia elements. So here you can see that the coding of still images at different qualities and resolutions. So still images is best example to understand that whenever if you want to be click any kind of uh, picture from your mobiles, cameras, those what will get immediately. That is the best example for the still images. So whenever if you're going to be captured any kind of images which is going to be containing a different types of different amount of data, the data rates also will be the differ. So when the picture is captured, two to three pictures just to try to example like try to take a pictures like three to four. Then each picture will be have a different kind of size. The based upon the number of weights or objects which is available on the still images. So this is a very so ultraviolet mode, reproduction of natural images with different kinds of colors and the encoding mechanisms, so which is going to be changes of luminance and luminance values. So 360 into 240 pixels. So nowadays is completely unimaginable. Even in the mobile itself only, so where you can able to see more than 2000 or 3000 number of pixels in horizontal and vertical resolutions. The calculation of per encoding. This is a simple format like how it's going to be contained CDDA and CDI interactive the players. It's just like a kind of ready format. Different CD formats all stem from the CDDS standards. It is not necessarily possible to play a CDI disc on a CDA devices. Just like example, so suppose your system is pretty contain a CD player, so where we can't able to run DVD in that. Furthermore, one cannot assume that all the CDDA devices will, for example, will be replaced by the CDI devices. Audio players, which is going to be ignoring the track precap information and play only audio data patch. So here we can able to see that CDI ready disk can be played in three different ways: standard audio playback, reading, display, interpretation of the precap data, display precap data as audio is played. So every time the precap is going to be containing the index point 0 and as well as the index point 1. Every track the beginning is going to be assigning the IP1 and end of that IP0 and end of that IP1 will be there. So here we can see that the first one in the standard audio playback, usually CDDA playback, which is going to be containing CDI information in the track precap is ignored and only audio will be played. And second one, only the CDI data in the track precap. This can contain data of any media which can be read, presented, and interpreted, possibly interactively. The CDDA audio data of the tracks are not played in second one. And the third one we have that the third mode during the audio playback, the CDI data from the track precap are presented concurrently. This method is similar to the mixed mode disk. The first step, the CDI's data are read and stored. Then the audio information is output together, which is the corresponding data from the track precap. So in this way, the data can be presented simultaneously. And second step, the start playing audio, and also we can able to see that the information on the surface of the CDs by taking the help of the players. And you can see that CDI bridge disk. The goal of enabling a CD to, to be output on devices supporting different formats. That is the most important the thing in the bridge disk. While CDI ready disk specify a disk format to allow output on either a CDDA device or on a CDI devices. CD bridge disk specify a disk format to allow output on either a CD-ROM extended architecture device or on a CDI devices. So where you can able to see that CDI is interacting between the CD-ROM extended architecture